Yo, it's your boy Marcus from City back with another video. Today we're doing a little bit of VOD review and just going to help you get better at Hardpoint, specifically on the map Diesel here, which you'll see in this gameplay. And I just had an insane game, like just absolutely insane. Probably my best kills in 2025, probably the most I've had. And I did everything, and I'm going to kind of explain to you with the minimap, my POV, everything you're going to see in this video, what I did to sort of play this map well when, you know, we're not necessarily finding all the kills, right? And the actual plays you need to make in Hardpoint to win games, right? It's not all about just slaying out, right? There's no spawn delay. So, you know, kills don't really mean things. You can get as many kills as you want and still lose because you need people to take routes, get in hill, hold the spawns, right? And that's a big thing on this map. This map is a great example of why that stuff's super important. So let's get into it. Here, going into the P2 Hardpoint. Right here, we have spawns, which is phenomenal. Somebody needs to be staying back here, focused on it, and constantly watching it because they will spawn right behind us. That's just how COD Mobile works. I don't know why they chose to make that the worst mechanic of the game, but you know what? It is what it is. Here, I'm holding this heady. This is a good heady right here. It's not the best. You can get wall banged pretty easily, but it's kind of like an off angle for watching that flank right there where I killed that guy. People usually expect you to either be farther back or in the point and not like right there able to pre-aim you without being in point. So it's kind of it's like a nice little like cheeky spot. Here, back here is also a good place to be for pre-aiming that heady because people love to take that heady right there. And as you can see, you know, if they overchow it, that's a free kill. But if they stay on the heady, you know, you got to hit good shots right there. And once again, just watching this flank, I'm already on, I don't know, like 11 kills out on P2. So I'm frying these guys right here, getting into the point. Somebody's going to eventually hop in. You know what I mean? If all my teammates are dead, then it's my turn to hop in. I'm not going for nukes. You know what I mean? I'm trying to win the game. So throwing my life away to get a few more points, that's worth it because we only go to 150 instead of 250 in COD Mobile. Hopefully one day they'll actually change that to make these games more, you know, competitive, and understanding rotations and playing for spawns and the importance of that stuff is more valuable, right? If you had more rotations and more of that stuff being needed in the game. Whereas in COD Mobile, you go through one rotation, and by the time you hit the end of one rotation, the game is probably almost over. Like, very rarely do you ever see a game go to another P3, right? Most of the time, it ends at the next P1, and that's when the game ends. But here, you'll see us, you know, we're going the distance on this one. So, right here, holding this angle on the cross, right? This Hardpoint is in a terrible spot, so I'm just trying to keep people from getting into this building, because if you can get control of this building, you can hold this Hardpoint. It's difficult to get control of here if you got me in here. So this guy uses grab spikes on me. It's a good play. We got to worry about this next rotation though. 15 seconds left plus the 7 seconds left on the clock, so we need to get over here, win some gunfights. And I get over here, I win one, and boom, we got the spawns. So one of the big problems with this specific Hardpoint is if you don't have the spawns where we are now, the orange team on the minimap to your left hand side, you will spawn in Narnia. You spawn all the way across the map, but sometimes you get lucky and you spawn back there. As you can see, number 1 in blue on the far left side of that minimap, he spawned there and just got lucky and rotated around. So he pulled out his specialist right here and makes a great play. But because our teammates are still there, yellow, that guy who's just sitting there watching mid, he is like blocking their spawn. So they're just spawning all over the place. They're spawning mid, they're spawning now in the back, you know what I mean? It's just all over the place. But now, if you can hold this from the front, right, where we are now, you can absolutely spawn trap these guys, right? They're just going to keep spawning back there. If nobody pushes back there, they'll keep spawning back there. You can just keep pre-firing it, pre-aiming it, and just melting them as they push through. Here, that's what we're doing. Overall, you know, this Hardpoint can be a tough one to hold, but if you can get in here, trophy systems are a must-have because everybody gets 2 lethals or 2 throwables, a lethal and a tactical, every life. And they just chuck them everywhere. You know, everybody's got a play-to-win flashbang nowadays, a grenade, you know what I mean? So you need a trophy system, right? Because it's just, there's too much stuff being thrown in. Gotta have a trophy system in the point. If you're sitting in the point and you're that guy, you need a trophy system. It's like a must-have utility. Here, back towards the P1, right? I mean, it's a 77-62 coming back into P1. I mean, that's a very close game. Usually more points are scored than that, but we had a lot of white hill time. And for people who don't know, when white hill time happens, meaning nobody's in the hill, spawns can get a little wonky. Like, people won't spawn out properly. They'll spawn like in a side spawn or something like that. So it can be weird. That's just how all Call of Duties have really worked over the recent years. It's called white hill cheese in the competitive scene on console. You may have heard that term before. But yeah, right here, pulling out the Annihilator. I mean, I love this Annihilator. This is like my favorite specialist now. By far. It was already probably my favorite specialist next to the Claw, but I love the Annihilator. That being said, able to get a Predator kill. It's super important that you know, if you're not going to be one of those people running like persistent or hardline, you know, to play for those streaks sometimes, because that can be a big difference maker in, you know, your teammates or getting spawns or whatever the case may be. Also with the Predator, you got to don't kill people who are coming right off spawn. Like, if the guy spawned there, don't kill that guy, because he has spawn protection and he can eat a Predator missile and take no damage. Why Commonwealth chose to do that, I don't know. It's the worst. It's just terrible. Anyway, there should be no spawn protection in the rank. That's all I'm saying. That being said, right here, back in the spot, right? This is a nice little spot. Sometimes I go to the right over here. Sometimes I want to push up. It just kind of depends on the pace of the game. But right now, I've been in flow state, so I'm just staying right here. This is working out for me. I'm going to keep doing it. Here, go for 2 spawners. Get lucky that they don't have spawn protection and get a 2-piece right there. That being said, once I get that 2, that means I got the freedom to push up. You know what I mean? Now I can come up here, hold this heady. Instead of having them hold this heady, I can catch them before they get here. Excellent. And I'm pushed up. But while being pushed up, we're also still holding the spawns, right? And then the new rotation happens, so we can give up the spawns, right? 15 seconds left, and the game's not on the line. We can give up the spawns, right? We're at 129. They're at 78. Give them up, rotate to new, try to get a hold at new, and win the game there. That's what is hard about this specific map, though. Holding this hard point is very difficult, you know what I mean? So rotating here early, it just tends to be like nobody can hold this hard point most of the time, and that's the case in this game until they break in and they hold this for a bit. So now you see me, I'm going to take a route. This is a route. I'm going for spawns, right? So I'm going towards new, kind of just taking this angle to sort of win some gunfights, get spawns for the next hard point, and push them to where they spawn out. But my teammates aren't leaving, so they're going to keep spawning back there. So I would have to get like 7 kills right here in this little life, and I didn't. So now with 15 seconds left, we're in trouble, right? They're still getting time on that hill. It's 131 to 102. We haven't rotated. So now we're going to have to break a very difficult to break hill. This P4 hardpoint here can be difficult to break if they're already set up. Like if they got a couple guys watching the back, a couple guys in point, and then one guy roaming through mid, it can be very difficult to break because you spawn super far away. But we don't really let them get set up. And I take another route here. As you can see, I am going around this far left side. I know where they're spawning at. They'll spawn in that back corner. So I'm just pre-aiming this. When they go to peek it, I can hit these shots. Now, I do miss a couple, but then I hit a couple, and that makes it a lot easier. As you can see, look at the cutoff. Now my teammate spawns there because I got those 3 kills, and he can help hold these spawns, which is beautiful. Look at that. Now we have the spawns with 30 seconds left. We can get this time. But we got to break in. They're holding it from the front now, which can be, you know what I mean? We need the throwables, the tacticals, the lethals in there to sort of break this hard point. And then the split spawns like crazy. Like I spawn out, they spawn right behind me. That's just a COD mobile problem. Like I said, the spawn delay would really help that overall, right? Just a 3-second spawn delay for the game to figure out where you should be spawning based on the influence of players on the map, right? Where you are in your map positioning at certain times changes up the spawns. So that's super important stuff in Hardpoint. That being said, 143, 125. I mean, this game has gotten way too close for comfort. I'm on 47 right now. So that's, you know what I mean? I'm on burner. That being said, coming out, getting a couple more kills over here, hitting the point. This is one thing. Just headbanging the point isn't great because that's what they're expecting you to do. You got to take a route, man. So I headbang the point this time, get some people weak, get some kills, get some time. But off this spawn, look where I go. I'm coming off to this left side. Look at my team, all those arrows, and then look at their team, all going straight to the point. So I'm the only one taking a route. And look at this. Route man gets paid, right? I get a 3-piece right here, pull out the pistol, get the 4th, and we win the game off of that, right? Super important. You can't always just headbang the point. For teammates who are headbanging the point, then somebody's got to take a route. And taking that route, when you have time to do it, right, they need 9 seconds of points to win. So I have time to take that route and get in here and make a difference right here with 53 kills in this game. Hopefully that kind of gives you guys some tips. It's a lot easier to say than do, right? Because once you're in the game, you know, it's really difficult to be that guy that's hitting the routes, holding the spawns, getting the hill time, right? Somebody's got to be doing those things, right? Ideally, you know, if you were playing it right, you would all be calling out to each other saying, hey, I got the spawns. Hey, I got hill time. Hey, I am pushing out, whatever the case may be. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I hope this helped. Feel free to drop some comments down below if you have any questions. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to. It's been your boy Marcus from More City. I'm out.